Yo, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. Welcome to the Fellowship Hall. What a joy it is to be alive and on the Lord's side. Now, let me say this. You already know how we do it inside of the Fellowship Hall. We have those guests. And let me just say it like this. The person who I have today, his name carries weight, all right? He's not just a singer. He's a visionary. He's a leader, a voice that has carried the message of Jesus all across the world. Now, he's going from directing choirs to Sunday morning worship to on
Radio,
the airwaves. I mean, this man has taken his gift and you really just used it to uplift the name of Jesus.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fellowship Hall, the one and only Mr. Lonnie Hunter.
What's
How
up,
are you,
Fellowship
man?
Hall?
What's going on, man?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Man, listen, I'm doing well. That's actually a question that we start off with.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm great.
Wow.
Yeah. Unbelievably, this is a great season. You know, I have no complaints. Kids are doing well. Grandkids are doing well. This new single is doing well. So I'm living in purpose. Yeah, man.
Come on.
I got grandkids. My daughter's probably older than you. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Yeah. My daughter's 41.
Man, black don't crack.
I got a 41-year-old, 38-year-old, and a 22-year-old, and then 4 grandkids.
Wow. So is it like Papa? Like Papa
Yeah, I'm
Lonnie?
Pop. Yeah, Pop.
Man, that is amazing. Okay, so let's get into it. You've been doing gospel music for years, right? Yeah. I mean, what led you to gospel music? I mean, do you feel that it was a calling on your life, or is that something that you've always been doing? Where do we start at with your career?
It was not a calling. It was more a pass down. My mother was a gospel singer.
Okay.
And she sang with the Caravans.
Okay.
So Albertina Walker's my godmother.
Wow.
So when my mother passed, I was 9. And at the age of 9, which was crazy, but I said I would sing just to keep her legacy alive. And, you know, at 9 years old, you're not looking for that kind of relationship with God. You're just trying to do what you do. And it developed into kind of my relationship with God as I kept going, trying to keep her name alive. And I think that was by design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What moment would you say was that defining moment where it's like, you know what, this is it? Because, you know, like you said, as a kid, you don't really, you know, I was a kid preacher. I started preaching. I preached my first sermon at 3 years old.
Got it.
I was licensed at 5. I don't know why that pastor did that. God bless the dead. But I was just telling a friend the other day, I don't think I knew God at 5.
Yeah.
So what was that moment for you when you realized this is definitely a call on my life?
When I was minister of music for the first time. And that came because there wasn't one. You know what I'm saying? So I was content just playing for the church. And the minister of music left, and I filled into that space. And that's when all of these other gifts and things started appearing.
Yeah.
You know, so me teaching songs, me writing songs, all of that. At first, I was just playing what I needed to learn for rehearsal. But yeah, it turned into what it is today.
So did you go to? Let's talk about the Lonnie Hunter outside of church,
Okay.
right? Let's dig into who you are outside of church. Who are you? Who are you?
Resume-wise, you know, went to college, got my master's and my bachelor's, went to the Air Force, spent 9 years in the Air Force. Crazy story about the Air Force. I went in to be a military policeman.
Okay.
And I was walking through the hangar, and the jazz band for the Air Force, which was the Men in Blue, they were rehearsing. So I like music. I stopped to listen.
Yeah.
The guy that was over them said, "You have to leave." I was like, "I'm just listening because I like music." He said, "Well, unless you can sing, you got to leave because our lead singer just got out of the military."
Oh, wow.
And I said, "I can sing." And I sang "When Doves Cry" by Prince. And for the next 9 years, that's all I did. They changed my job from military police, and all I did was sing and travel.
Wow.
All the benefits, everything, and all I had to do was what God had already called me to do.
It was like designed for you to be like this.
Because who goes to a recruiter and say, "I want to be an Air Force singer"?
Like
that's not a job.
Yeah, because if that's the case, I would have been signed up.
You know,
I don't know how to sing though. But
then you wouldn't have made it.
Man, We didn't know it was a dream killer, guys.
Right. I come in to kill the dreams. You know what I'm saying?
I see that, man. So, a question then: What would you be doing if you wasn't doing radio or gospel music? What would you be doing?
I used to be the dean of students for Chicago Public Schools.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's what my other passion was.
Education.
Yeah, education, and it just happened to be able to do that during the week. And, still be able to be off in time for rehearsals on Thursdays and still go to church and be weekends off.
Yeah.
And summers off.
Yeah.
So everything just kind of, worked together for my good.
It really has, because you're still a teacher. Wow. Like you're doing education still.
Absolutely.
You're still singing.
Still on the radio. All of that still happening.
Now, where did radio come from? Is that just something that kind of felt, because right now everything is like falling in your lap.
And so did radio, Doc.
Come on, we got to hear it.
So there was a station in Indiana. I lived in Chicago at the time. There was a station in Indiana, and they would do brokered shows. You know what brokered shows are. You pay for your time.
Right.
I just wanted to do it because it was something to do. So from 10 to midnight on Saturday nights is when I was on.
Wow.
The general manager of WGCI, which was the largest station in Chicago, heard my show by chance. And at that same year, they started AM 1390, which was the gospel end of WGCI.
Yeah.
And he called me, and I ended up doing the morning show with Pastor John Hanna.
Mm-hmm. Wow,
And
okay,
we were together for about 12 years doing the morning show in Chicago. We would do the morning show, then we would leave and I would go be the dean, and he would go do social work. Yeah, because that's what he was doing before he was pastoring.
Man, you are literally like in our culture, in our lingo, we say like, oh, you the man.
But you know what I am? I am an example of be in the right space.
Yeah.
Because if I hadn't been walking through the hangar or been too scared to go into that space, that opportunity would not have been.
You would have been a military police.
Yeah. If I hadn't, invested in myself.
Correct.
For those little 2 hours, thought I was having a good time, none of this would have been happening. So I am a proponent of go ahead and at least put yourself in the space to be noticed.
What has been the biggest lesson for you in media?
That everybody is not able to do it. One of the biggest misconception about radio is that people think because you're good on stage as an artist, you immediately are good behind this mic. And it's two totally different vibes. I don't have an audience in this room with us.
Right.
So where I am good on stage to be able to say, slap your neighbor, give your neighbor a high five.
Right.
There's none of that in here. Right. So you have to be able to paint a picture behind this mic to make a listener kind of feel and see where you're at and what you're doing, have a personality. And a lot of people don't know how to, put that bridge together.
What do you think being in radio has helped expand your ministry?
Absolutely.
Bigger than, let's just compare the two. Gospel artists and radio. Mm-hmm. What do you think has expanded the ministry the most?
I would say radio is a big expander of gospel music because we are the ones that allow people to know what's out there to even listen to.
Right.
So being in radio, you get a plethora of music and styles and genres so that when you are an artist, you already are hearing this stuff. You're hearing this stuff every day, so you're able to pull from different places. You're like, where did I get that run from? Oh, perhaps Kim Burrell did it on the song. You know what I'm saying?
And I know that has opened up doors for you to collab with different people. And let's talk about Flow. Let's talk about Flow. This is your new project, Flow. Now, I did my homework, right? Because I want to be a great personality like yourself, right?
Okay.
And why the gap? There was a gap. I mean, we've noticed it. I mean, when I did my homework, I'm like, what was going on?
The gap is not probably is not as long as you think it is. I did a whole project called Forever I Will with Anyway on it and all of that. And it was great on the East Coast and Midwest. Then I recorded Flow Like a River and the pandemic hit. So Flow Like a River has been finished since before the pandemic. What you're hearing on the radio was done way before the pandemic. Then I moved to California.
Wait, so this what we're hearing
Was done before the pandemic.
So it's really old.
To me.
Wow.
Yeah. So imagine me now touring with it. But I got to tell you, when you live with something that long, and it almost becomes your baby.
Yeah, it's like you raised that.
So when it's time to give it over and release it,
right?
It's a real hard thing, man, because when you release something to the public, it's up to them what they think about it. Just like when your kids grow up and they're 18 and you let them go, you're like, oh, y'all please be nice to my babies. You know what I'm saying?
Especially like when there's a baby that you was hiding.
Yeah.
Right? And what was going on in your life? What inspired Flow?
I was in a service, and the writer of Flow Like a River, John, what is his name? John Handa, out of Atlantic City.
Okay.
His group came to my church, and I was in the audience when they did the song. So I knew the impact of the song. But they were a local artist, and this was his song that he just happened to sing that day. I said, you got to let me record that and take it. You know, because more than just us in this region
needs to
hear this. Yeah, and I recorded it, so strategically that I wanted it to be a song that anybody could do.
Yeah.
Because in church choirs and church praise teams, it's whosoever will let him come. So we don't just have a random Karen Clark standing in the soprano section that we can pull, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I wanted to do something that any level of talent will be able to pull off. I don't know if you've noticed it or not. You'll notice it now that when you hear it, there is no verse to this song. The whole song is congregation.
You just flowing.
Yeah, you just flowing. So whatever your lead capabilities are, do you.
Now that you say that, because I've been listening today in the gym, and now that you said I can hear it.
Yeah.
And so it's crazy that you brought up choirs because, you know, now we are more contemporary in our services. Do you think that space is growing again? Because, you know, we went to praise teams, and then especially during COVID, the size have shrunk down. So we went to 5-6 people. Do you think that the choir is making a comeback right now?
I think the choir never left. The sound of a choir is the sound of church.
Right.
And it's also not cutting off your neck as it relates to membership. You get 5 people on a praise team, and those are the people who sing. You get a choir, and you can get some people who sing but may not be mic worthy, but sing and can join the choir. Now you got 100-voice, 50-voice choir.
Amazing.
And these are members of the church.
Right.
That would never be in a mic to lead, but they can handle an alto section.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the choir is, you know, what the church still needs.
Yeah, for sure. Because just seeing a choir, because when we were at Stella's, Vincent
Bohannon,
and when they came, that stage wasn't that big at that pre-show, and
it sets a tone though.
It changed the whole. We were just sitting there listening to performers, 2 or 3 people, and then they pulled up.
Yeah, because
it's loud.
It inhabits the space.
Yeah.
One person standing on the stage is something, but then when you see the stage, you have other things to look at. You know what I'm saying? We only have an 11-second attention span as it is.
Right.
So we have to have stuff, you know.
And that's something to look
at. Right.
5, 6 people.
Right. Right. So when I put out songs like the Drip Drop song, Even Me, and Let's Dance, and There's Power in His Name, all of that stuff was very choir heavy.
Yeah.
With stuff like drip, drip, drop, drip, drip, drop, drip, that stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was when choirs were doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, because you can't do that with a praise team.
No.
You can't drip. It'd just be
crazy.
drip.
You look crazy.
It'd just be dripping.
Right.
That'd be no
It'll be a drizzle. They'd be in the audience like, now when is this sun gonna come out?
Like,
this rain right here.
That's when you gotta use the congregation.
Right.
Then you turn to the club. When I say drip, you
say drop. Right. Exactly.
Man, dude, okay, I'm so glad that we're here because now at the fellowship hall, you got to keep it real here, like all the way, all right? Don't hold back. Whatever it is you want to say, we can cut it afterwards. Just say, don't put that out. But has gospel crossed the line?
Some. It depends on who's performing it.
Do you think that we have compromised the message to reach the culture?
I think that we have developed and evolved to reach a wider culture. And the culture that's now being brought into the love of gospel music is not a culture that really mixes well with the traditional. Because if you remember when Andre Crouch and Walter Hawkins came out, they were considered contemporary and cutting edge. Now they are traditional. But those people back then was like, that's too much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But without what they gave us, we wouldn't have what we have today.
Right.
So I understand the discomfort of some people with the way gospel is presented. But you have to present what God gives you to present. Just because this person dances over here, I may not be the person for them.
Yeah.
But I got to have a heart for them. I still want them to be saved and brought into the kingdom.
Right.
And if I'm not that person, it's pretty selfish of me to say that
ain't
because
right.
I don't do
that
it,
ain't right.
you can't do it. Right.
Right. But you do believe that there's a line being crossed?
Yeah. Sometimes you can see it in the way we dress. You can see it in the way we do move, when we move. Kirk Franklin is a good example of that. A lot of his gyrations and things that he does on stage
Twerking.
are turnoffs.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because number one, we don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Number two, you can tell that his mind is on a secular stage.
Yeah.
Because he moves like he's on a secular stage.
Yeah, he be grounded.
Yeah. Well, you said that.
I'm going to be talking to him about that.
Well, you talk to him about it.
Yeah.
And see what answer he gives you.
I don't want no smoke. I don't want to smoke.
Right.
Now, have you ever had a moment in your career where it's like, maybe I'm going a little too far? And let me say this. With so much that is being presented, and we live in a world that's based off trends, not truth, how do you stay grounded?
See, your being grounded is your responsibility. A lot of people think that me being grounded is somebody else's responsibility.
They got to do with
No
you.
matter what you sing or how you move or what you wear, you have to answer for that.
Yeah.
If I buy into that, then it becomes my responsibility. But if I know who I am, whose I am, what I do, and what I've been called for, that's not shaking me. It's just like you cannot have a conversation with somebody who is not saved the same way you'd have a conversation with somebody who is saved.
Correct.
Because they know how to filter what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
As opposed to saying, okay, well, now church people are all blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Because you painted this picture of one person to somebody who already had a negative opinion of church people.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's all right. So in this part of in this part of the fellowship hall, we have this segment where it's called "Spit the Truth." Right? You have no time to think.
Right.
I ask, you answer. Real bold. Stand on business when you answer these questions. Okay, you ready?
Okay. Now there is a word that I'm going to use every now and again if it's necessary.
Okay, what's that?
Pass.
Pass.
What? You'll see if it comes in, but go ahead.
Pass. You can't pass. You have nobody to pass to.
Oh, that right. Which means go on to the next question. What you mean?
First of all,
right,
I forgot who I was talking to. This is not a rookie in this business.
I promise you I'm with you.
Okay. All right, let's do it. The gospel artists who inspire you the most growing up.
He's dead. He's preparing me for something. Donnie, what's his name? Sovereign, the Lord. You don't know none of these songs I'm saying?
I'm trying to get it. This is like a trivia.
Derek Coley.
Okay.
Derek Coley. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you was getting me. I was like, no,
Derek
sir.
Coley.
No, sir. Don't know. This is not my trivia.
Right.
Okay. Sunday morning must have coffee or tea?
Tea.
Church robe or street clothes?
For individuals, street clothes. For choirs, church robe.
Most underrated gospel artist right now?
Underrated. Doe.
Oh, that's a good one. We love Doe.
Yeah.
Shout out to Doe.
Yeah,
Shout out to my
we were
girl
on
Doe.
tour together, and the way she handles an audience is unbelievable.
Yeah, she's yeah. Shout out to Doe. Shout out to the whole Jones family.
Yeah.
Those are our people. One word to describe the state of gospel music right now.
Evolving.
Most powerful stage you ever stood on?
It would have to be the McDonald's tour stage. which was like maybe 8 to 10,000 people a show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like a tour
It
run?
was a tour, yeah.
What
It
city?
was sponsored by McDonald's. We did 13 cities.
Wow.
And I was the host for about 10 years.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So every year it was a different group of artists.
Right. Okay.
But-
I know the McDonald's tour. I know
Yeah.
the McDonald's tour.
Yeah.
Wow. That's what I can't wait till we get off the air. I got so many questions.
Oh, but my answers have to be on the air. He gets to say, I can't wait till we
Pass.
get off. You see what I'm saying?
Pass.
There's the pass I'm talking about.
Hey, this is my show. This is not the Lonnie Hunter morning show. What's going on? Okay. Dream collab, gospel or mainstream. It doesn't matter.
Mainstream is Brandy.
Okay. Okay.
Gospel used to be Vanessa Bell Armstrong, but I just did a song with her. So I would say Todd Delaney.
Who is the gospel GOAT in your eyes?
Yolanda.
That's a heavy one. I would have to say she's the GOAT as well.
Yeah.
I would have to give her the GOAT. One gospel song that never fails to make you cry.
Changed.
Let's hear it.
A wonderful change
Oh,
has come home. Yeah,
Oh,
you know it.
Don't cry. Don't you cry.
Gotta do it
We
every
don't have any
time.
tissue, but I got a shoulder you can lean on.
Right.
What is your favorite hymn?
Even me. Lord, I hear of showers of blessings. You're looking at me with a starry eye like you have no idea what I'm talking about. You can look it up when we finish.
I am. All of this stuff, we'll
Even
talk
me.
about it on air, off the air.
I actually did a version of Even Me with the Voices of St. Mark. That's
wow.
actually what the Drip Drop song is, but people didn't know that that's the name of it, so they just called it the Drip Drop song.
We're going to get into that in just a second because I want to ask you a question about the songwriting process, but I want to finish this, all right?
Okay.
One thing fans would be surprised to know about you.
I am never dressed up, and I always have a hat on. I don't like combing my hair, and I don't like wearing suits and that kind of thing.
You don't like combing your hair.
No.
Yes.
If you see me like on a regular Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
It's
I've
like
always
matted?
got a cap on. No, you don't see it. I've either got a wave cap on or a hat on.
Oh, you got the do-rag?
Yeah.
Got the dewy?
Yeah, man.
You
I don't
can't be
this stuff that you see, this is
Work.
packable stuff that I pack
packable.
and do. But at home,
What
I
it
just
be
want to
like?
get up and go. You know what I'm saying?
Phew, like no
Yeah.
brush the teeth for that, huh?
Yeah, I was just telling the little brother that's in here with us now, my hair was his length until maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I just cut it.
Oh, like I thought you were saying like you can pick it out right now.
No.
I about to
cut
say
it.
that's a nice pat down
Yeah,
you got.
Yeah, right.
That's,
Right, that's one of them dials that you pull the hair
yeah, I said
inside the
that's-
scalp.
I was gonna ask, where did you get that do rag from?
Right.
Like, all right, let's not go too far. All right.
Okay.
Sorry. Let's finish this sentence. Lonnie Hunter is.
A father.
Wow.
That's
it?
my number one thing.
Yeah.
If I had to do just one thing, it's a father. Under that becomes provider. Under that becomes shelter. Under that becomes advice, advisor, all of that. And that is what shapes me for this thing called gospel music, because people are always asking questions when you saved. Oh, I really, really enjoyed you. And, you never know what people may come up with. I was going through this, especially as a minister of music.
Right.
People really come to you a lot more than they come to the pastor because you're more accessible.
Right.
So you really have to be more than just musically inclined to be successful at being a minister of music. They got to be able to trust you with their lives, their
Wow.
beings, not just their voices.
So that whole father thing is just
Yeah.
it builds that for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
The songwriting process, I want to ask you that because I was having a conversation before I got here about how oftentimes we think that every song we have is for us. Has there ever been a song that you had in your heart? Are you a writer? Let's say that. Have you given songs away?
I'm glad you said that, because every song that I've written, I've recorded. Every other song that I've recorded, I've gotten from somebody else. That once you get a signature sound and people write something, they say, I can hear you doing this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so when we did Jesus, the sweetest name I know. Oh,
As we
there's
sang
power
that.
in his name.
Yeah.
That's me.
Wow.
But when it came to me, it had a female lead on it. I was like, "Shit, this too high. I'm not doing
Yeah,
this."
you gotta bring it.
Right? They were like, "No, we see you," because they saw me driving a song.
The
before.
vibe.
Yeah. They were like, you could do this, and I recorded it, and it was one of the best things I've ever done.
How does that go? Like, you get the song from them. I mean, and do you pay them? Like, how does that work?
They get writers' royalties.
Okay.
Of course, you do a split for distribution and all of that.
So you're not sure
publishing. No, no, those days are over. It used to be where you can record a song and not get the writer's permission, just as long as you gave them credit on the CD.
Wow.
And then the companies that run through that, they know who to give that writer's royalty
okay.
to.
So right now it's basically clearance.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. I've been in here with the legendary
Yes, sir.
songwriter, do-wag wearing.
Flow like a river singing.
Now, calm down. We got to calm down.
You know I'm going to get that in, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, go and stream that right now, Flow. It's out on all your streaming sites, whatever you do.
Every place.
YouTube, wherever you listen to.
Yeah.
You can find that, all right?
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. We in the Fellowship Hall. We signing out. It's Lonnie Hunter. Peace.